Hello everyone watching. Today I'm here to present course content covered in a period not less than 15 weeks as partial fulfillment of my master's program. The course focuses on teaching academically diverse learners. As such, I have a few of similar students in my classes. To be precise, there are about 4. Call them Jane, Tom, Dick, and Harry. They are pretty awesome students, however, they have difficulty grasping content taught in math, and usually it takes them a while to conceptualize the word problems, hence the need for educational strategies. That said, first agenda on the list is cognitive and metacognitive strategies in education. Second is schema-based instructions for mathematical reasoning, which include, but not limited to, explicit instructions. And the third is empowering transition age students for IEP goal development. And the fourth is challenges and limitations to the above mentioned topics. And the fifth is conclusions and recommendations for further reading. The third slide contains overview of the key topics mentioned herein. The fourth slide contains matters regarding to cognitive strategies and its overview. So first off, cognitive strategies refers to the approaches used by students to better process and understand certain data sets. Herein, cognitive strategies help students to process and understand information, and activities that could help boost that include, but not limited to, rehearsal, elaboration, and organization. Onto the fifth slide, entails matters metacognitive strategy. And as mentioned earlier on, metacognitive strategy involves awareness and control of one's learning process. Key activities that could help in fostering or boosting such strategies include planning, monitoring, and evaluating. On the sixth slide contains cognitive strategies in my teaching. Upon learning cognitive strategies into teaching of diverse learners, I have time and again put it into practice into my classes, and by that I've realized several impacts. One include improved understanding of abstract concepts. So students have been in a position to break down algebraic equations into smaller bits of interconnected concepts and makes abstract mathematical problems easier for them to understand. Also achieve stronger memory links from my students through visualization techniques that allow students to create mental images of abstract ideas. Also, cognitive load reduction. So when teaching calculus or algebra, breaking down a complex equation into smaller solvable parts help reduce the cognitive load on students and improve their ability to solve the entire problem. So considering metacognitive strategies are based wholly on the student, I've had the ability to encourage students to think aloud, ask themselves reason why they're conducting certain operations. So as far as my teaching is concerned, I have enabled students to reflect on their thinking processes, ask themselves questions: why are they doing what they're doing, or what is needed of a question. Considering teaching a diverse group of learners, there's been need to use schema-based instruction for mathematical reasons. As such, some of the key approaches have been breaking down problems, organizing information, and modeling situations. So herein are steps for effective schema-based explicit instruction. You cannot go ahead mentioning schema-based instruction without mentioning guided practice. Guided practice plays a crucial role in schema-based instruction. So in this case, teachers show both correct and incorrect examples to reinforce learning. So the guided practice, students practice using schema with teacher feedback. I do agree schema-based instruction is a great tool, however, it has its challenges. And the challenges include, but not limited to, data migration, version, control, testing and validation, rollback and recovery, performance and scalability. On this slide contains tools that are necessary in empowering transition age students. The first one is Self-Determination Inventory, SDI. It's a validated tool for assessing competencies in decision making, problem solving, and goal setting. And there's also goal setting workshops, which after self-assessment, students set SMART goals. Self-determination strategies include introduction to self-determination, which involves teaching students the importance of self-advocacy. Example is discussing personal strengths and needs. The next, structured self-assessment using tools like SDI to evaluate competencies, which in the long run enables students to complete a self-assessment of decision-making skills. IEP role-playing and collaborative planning. So the objective of role-playing IEP meetings. Build student confidence and advocacy skills. Collaborative planning sessions align IEP goals with student strengths and educational standards. Activities include simulate real IEP meetings in class and collaboratively jointly review self-assessment results. Role-playing, practice presenting goals and needs while collaboratively set realistic, achievable goals together. Role-playing IEP meetings provide peer and teacher feedback. Collaboratively, ensure goals reflect student voice and meet standards. Challenges in self-determination and IEP goal development include resource constraints, including time, training, and materials. Student readiness is questionable. In most cases, students are never ready. Varying levels of cognitive development, parental involvement, and resistant to student-led IEPs. Following the content discussed herein, the key takeaways for the whole presentation include enhanced student autonomy, improved learning outcomes, student-centered IEPs, collaborative success, and sustainable practices. In order for the above strategies to work, there are recommendations that are put forth which show us all that is a success. So first is investing in training, resource allocation, promote parental engagement. Next is customize for student needs and evaluate and adapt. Further, citations herein include an investigation of the use of cognitive and metacognitive strategies in foreign language learning. There is also investigating EFL learners' awareness of cognitive and metacognitive reading strategies of students in different disciplines. Also, empowering transition-age students to use self-determination assessment lead IEP goal development. Thank you so much for being with me through the session and seeing to it that the presentation was a success.